Welcome back to the channel. I'm Robin Clevitt and I'm building a garden room, not unusual for me, and I'm just finalising and finishing the cladding off. So this is a short video about the cladding, but also to tell you to look out for the 2 other videos I'm doing on this cladding, which are coming up fairly soon. So I'm just actually fixing the very last strip of cladding which goes into the top, and basically that keeps the bond, so it's the bottom of a length of cladding that I've cut off. And you'll notice that I'm actually fixing it, instead of fixing it, I'm fixing it up into my soffit next to the rafter feet. 4.5 by 60, it's a Whirrock screw, it's actually a deck screw, but they've got a really nice little head on them. And the reason why I fixed the last piece up is all to do with the shrinkage. When we're fixing a feather edge cladding, we fix the cladding above the lap, and that allows the boards to shrink without pulling on the fixing above. So therefore, the last piece there, if I fix it through there, it would be attached to this bit that would want to shrink. It may pull away or it may split the bit below. So the last piece I'm putting in here is getting fixed up to the soffit. I'll just get this last fixing in there. So let's have a little walk around. This is a timber framed building, and it's, as I say, it's clad with this really nice feather edge cladding. So I'll just show you a little bit about detailing here. I use a solid corner post, which is a 75 by 75. This is again class 3 tannalised, everything's class 3 tannalised. And then we've got the cladding which go in between our reveals. The reveals cover the edge of the window frame, and behind that the window frames are sealed to the structure. And this is really nice detail because it enables me to cut all of my pieces exactly the same. You can see the detail here, how everything runs around really neatly, and it's all enclosed, allowing for the differences in the thicknesses of the cladding. So if we look at this gable end, you've got 4 pieces of cladding from end to end, and the gable pieces are all in one. You can have joins, but it's nice if you can buy the material in to suit the width of the building, if you like, or even allow a little bit more so you can do it. So I've done a video on the straight cladding. I've also done a video on the gable cladding as well, and how I got the angles and how the easiest way of cutting them. I've got a really simple setup on site here, a couple of trestles. I've got a chop saw which is bolted down, and then to the same materials the chop saw's bolted down, I've just got a plank, and that's just set with a couple of sticks to hold it nice and true. I just unbolt this of an evening and bolt it back on in the morning. This allows me to screw on a stop, whack the cladding in, cut it off exactly the same. It saves loads and loads of time, and it's a perfect job, and you're not doing repeat pencil marks. I don't like pencil marks. If you look on that building there, if you can find a pencil mark, I'll be amazed. The other thing I've got is a table saw here. There's lots of ripping down to do. So these are the pieces that are going to go on the very last course at the top that I just showed you, where we're fixing up into the soffit. And this is what it actually looks like here. So you can see this one's all the way through there. And there we have it. So make sure you check out those videos. Thanks everyone for subscribing. Thanks for following, and also joining me over on, hello again, Instagram. So in the meantime, see you soon.